Hello everyone, how is it going? Scrembo here from Emotionless Crypto Trading, and I would like to get started with the current technical analysis on Bitcoin, price prediction, and everything that is important for the current situation. That is quite heavy, guys. We're during a sell-off right now. 7.87 for Ethereum, 5.57 for BTC. And Ripple, which is dominating everyone, 12.31% crash within the last 24 hours. It is a market which is starting to correct, and we would like to discover the bottom of this. So therefore, we need to make sure that we're doing the technicals. Anything around the $24,000 range has been very risky. Pumping was one of the probabilities that still had enough chances, as well as the markets were having a lot of the whales dumping. So it was a scenario of more likely gambling with very, very few probabilities, one of the other, right? So it was very difficult to trade around that range, which means that anything at the top here, which I'm marking right now, guys, was very, very difficult to be traded due to the fact that the volatility was insane. We had a lot of the whales dumping on the market, but at the same time, we had a bunch of money coming in from the retail traders and a lot of the news that were telling us that new major investors are putting money into the space of Bitcoin, which is actually helping the market to get certain pumping going on. And we started to expect basically a possibility towards $25,000. Now, again, any kind of a trade needs to be executed with very tight stop losses, very, very tight stop losses. And you should only engage into trades which are having at least 85% probability, which is what we're teaching during the private one-on-one coaching program, what is running directly with me on live conversations during 4 to 6 weeks of intensive coaching. For those who are looking to become professional traders, you can take a look at that. This has been born based on demand from the market. People ask me by seeing my main channel, which can be discovered in the description area. I do have a main channel where I have about 400 videos related to technical analysis. People saw all these things and they wanted to learn, so I said let's do it. But the only way we can do this is just one-on-one. Great, so let's get about the Bitcoin side. Well, this is where we are, and I'm trying to put together a specific technical analysis which is understandable for anyone out there. This is nothing around intermediate or advanced. This is around the beginners sector, and I'm trying to make everything familiar for anyone out there, which is basically the large public of YouTube, which is not specified into learning the technicals and the uncrypting. So we're trying to make it familiar, just like I said. And here on the 4 hours, it's quite interesting where we are right now. We have to deal with a major support zone, and that's what we're dealing right now. We're trying to save the market. There's a lot of the buying going on. So the first question goes on, are these guys early into the process of buying, or it is the perfect time? There is no confirmation on the 4 hours yet, guys. There's still 3 hours and 3 minutes to go of this candle, and we cannot get any value of the current situation if you're looking at the 4 hours. You definitely need to go on smaller time frames to discover if it's early or not, as well as utilize certain indicators and price action data, which speaks about the language and behavior of people. So there's many things that has to be considered, but for the 4 hours, there's nothing ready yet, and we'll have to consider more time, of course, allow more candlesticks to be printed, which might be late for an action if you're looking to short it. That's why lower time frames are necessary, and we're trading based on multiple time frames. We're utilizing certain time frames depending on the position of the market, plus depending on the type of the trade we like to do. And this is still part of the settings and the way you set up your screen and the way you put your time frames correlated to your desires. Now, these things are all learned into the coaching program, and people start with the right foot, because otherwise it's a big problem when you're starting on the wrong side. Now, we do have the zone, which is sitting around 22,400, 300, 500. And anything around that place is discovering support. It has been discovering support on a pullback from the swing high. This is a swing high that you see here, right? The swing high started above 20 grand and it moved directly towards 23,800. So then we had a pullback and we have made a zone of support. And from the pullback, we have forced with another swing high towards 24,400. And now we're looking for testing the bottom of the retracement that has been generated from the first swing high, which is this bottom right there. We're testing that and we're looking towards discovering if we have enough retail buyers to join the trade. Now, all the wicks that you see here on early stages of the candlestick are basically retail traders that are speculating, like guys that are definitely speculating the markets, and it's not something that you should jump in without making sure what's happening on a swing trade or so. Like entering right now on a swing trade is obviously a very bad decision wherever you go, because it's not clear anything at the moment. There's been many chances to enter at the top. For those of you willing to take higher risks, there was many chances to enter at the top, to short or to go long. Both ways we had tremendous signals and patterns playing out quite nicely within the last 4 or 5 days. So we got this 0.786 Fibonacci retracement line, which is located at 22,500, and it's still part of the zone that you can see, which as of now has been lost on 4 hours, and if the candle closes below, is going to be lost, which needs to be reclaimed, and it will show up under resistance, so it's not going to be easy, as well as the zone is trying to survive. Now, this might be here certain late guys trying to get into the market by scalping. There's some certain good guys coming into the market and scalping around the 21,950s, and they're looking forward basically hitting certain resistances just a little above, and then they sell basically. So do not expect that the selling pressure has been finished as long as the markets are still into the falling structure. We're into a structure which is falling right now, so nothing to be expected around the stopping of this selling pressure. We don't have any kind of a data like that telling us, especially for the 4 hours, this is in a continuous falling structure. So the next place we would have to take care about, and obviously something I didn't say, but the 23,600, 500 zone here has been lost, totally has been lost. I mean, during 4 hours, and let me zoom into, I'll go like this, guys, for you to be able to see better. During this 4 hours, we had this huge candle. It was 8%, guys. 8% crash during 4 hours. It was massive, and the market sort of a way collected a lot of the stop losses that were appearing under the 23,000 area. There's been many stop losses, and now the stop losses have been triggered as well, so the snowball effect is basically building up, and it has been building up tremendously. There's going to be a huge snowball effect if we are actually going to go below $22,000. So it's going to be massive. If we fall below that, it's going to be definitely massive at the end of the day. You got to keep it in mind that 0.618 Fibonacci does represent support at 21,100, guys. So you got to keep that thing in mind. 21,100 is representing a support from where we could bounce back. And it's basically this line right here. Now, touching the line, bouncing back, going towards the zone of 22,400 is also another possibility, something like that. And then continuing basically back to this level. When we get to that level, it's something very interesting due to the fact that we are meeting up here with the environment support line, which has been doing very well so far. And the last time we have touched this, the result was, and take a look at that, guys, it was 38% in 9 days. So basically we went from 17,600 up to 24,300. Like, this thing is pretty much going upwards very nicely, and it would be very good for us not to break out. So whenever we are about to touch this green line, and if we especially touch this into the zone that is located on 20,000, slightly below 20,000, basically because of the top of the zone is on 20,000. Anything that's slightly below till 500. So there's actually a large zone there involving $300 to $400 of support, and our green line is crossing it, right? So take a look at that. So we have chances of getting there and finding a lot of the support, which could be a very powerful movement that could throw us very high towards the $35,000 level, for example, on the BTC. Like, that could be possible. Now, at the end of the day, you also have to consider there is a 0.5 Fibonacci, which is at 20,200, and it's gonna cross with the environment line as well around, that's exactly 9th of January 2021, which is next year. But it's not too much till next year, because today is actually 21st of December. So till 9th, we have a such signal. Then we have on 2nd of January, very important signal, because we're going to touch for the first time our certified uptrending environment support line with a support zone located slightly below 20 grand. And that's another very important point we would have to watch out. And until that, I'm looking for discovering how the retail traders are handling, because it's all about them. Whales are dumping into the market. They're selling their Bitcoins and they're looking to get into cheaper, probably around 20 grand or even lower than that. We'll see how it plays out. Depends when we touch those prices, because that's how supports are going to be related. And now it seems like there is a massive rejection going on, guys. Take a look at that. There's a massive rejection as of right now. Take a look at our wicks here. There's a massive rejection. There's still 2 hours and 55 minutes to go, which all can be denied, whatever you see here, and it could fall back to the lowest points in 2 hours and 55 minutes. But once again, guys, you definitely need to look at the behavior. So if you want to trade in 4-hour candlesticks, right now it is not the time to jump into at the time this candlesticks have not been printed yet. You might see a massive rejection right now, but this thing could be very easily denied. And it happens so many times during our trading history that people buy into the middle of the candlesticks, which is a very, very wrong thing. There is a trading window when you should buy, and that's something you should learn. Now, that's all related to the BTC 4-hour candlesticks, and you definitely have to consider looking at them. At the same time, make sure to set it away. For those of you looking to learn how to trade and become professional traders, check out scrembocoaching.com. There is the video explaining how it works. There are certain things on the website talking about it as well. Plus, on the other side, you can register now and complete the form. So then I will reply to your email or Telegram with the way it works as well. We can schedule up a free conversation if you're happy about it and if you think you have something to gain. Been trading since 2016, and we've been going through more than 170 students, guys. So it has been a very, very good time. That's where we are, guys. Make sure to check out my YouTube channel. We got plenty of videos where I'm trading and I'm executing trades. Even once where I made $29,000 in 80 seconds on a nice market movement. So that's where we are at the moment, guys. Feel free to subscribe to my YouTube channel, hit the like button, and we'll talk to you soon.